Hi, my name is Annette Moore and welcome to my kitchen. I haven't made a cooking video for lots of years. It's been several years. I actually do have a cooking channel, and if you're watching this, you're actually on it right now, called What's Cooking. And I think my last video might have been like 7 years ago. Well, I thought it might be time to get back at it. And, for fun. I love to share what I know and what I love. And I'm not really sure how many or how often or how this will go, but I thought I would take another crack at it. Not necessarily looking to be someone has to follow. I don't even know if I'll do this on a weekly or monthly basis at this point. I just thought it would be fun to come on today and create something that's quick and easy, something that I think most people will like, and it actually doesn't involve any cooking at all. And it can be a dessert or a snack or a quick pick-me-up in the day, or even grab on your way out the door for breakfast if you don't have time, because it's got fiber and protein and antioxidants and all kinds of good stuff. So it's technically a pretty healthy snack if you like this kind of thing. And so what it is are my frozen chocolate peanut butter banana, I don't know, what do we call it? Treats. We'll call it frozen chocolate banana, peanut butter banana treats. And I've actually seen little shorts and videos of other people creating this frozen banana treat. And they've done it lots of different ways, making a caramel sauce, using maple syrup. I just wanted to make it really easy. And so let's begin. Let's begin with the ingredients that we need. First of all, you need some bananas. And so while I am making this video, I am actually going to put these back in the freezer. I actually made them last night, and get my plain frozen bananas out. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. So this is 2 bananas cut in half and sliced lengthwise. That would be your first step. You've got to peel and slice your bananas and put them in the freezer, because they're much easier to work with putting the topping on when they're frozen than when they're not. Trust me, I tried it. And so I've got my bananas. I've got peanut butter. Any kind of peanut butter you like will do. This happens to be Simply Nature organic creamy peanut butter. And I had a great tip from a friend of mine. If you buy natural peanut butters that have the oil floating on the top, she said what she does to eliminate the constant stirring, to remix the oil back in there. So if you don't want to do this, I know sometimes you get a peanut butter where it's really hard on the bottom, and it's hard to, even this one still has a little bit left on the bottom. But this one, I just got it at Aldi. And I like it because it's organic. It's just got peanut butters and salt in it. Peanut butter and salt, peanuts and salt to make the peanut butter. But she takes it all out of the jar when she gets it home, and then she whips it. I guess if you have a stand mixer, you could use that. It might be easier. Or hand mixer. And then she puts it all back in the jar and keeps it in her cabinet, and she says it stays fully mixed, and she never has to do it again. So there's a good little tip for you that I thought I would pass on from my friend to you. We're also going to need some pitted dates. Now, if you don't like dates, you can certainly eliminate this, and you can use crunchy peanut butter or creamy. I happen to like creamy. So the dates add a nice chewy texture to it. And then we've got some dark chocolate. Use any brand you like. For the 2 bananas, the 4 pieces, we're actually only going to need 2 squares. So just 2 little squares like this. And I've already put them in a bowl and started the melting process in the microwave. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, just to kind of speed things up a little bit. And you're going to need some nuts. I love walnuts. You can use chopped peanuts. You can use almonds, or I don't know, any kind of nuts you like. I just like walnuts because they are full of antioxidants and are considered really one of the most healthiest nuts for you. And we're actually going to talk a little bit more about that too. So, but to start, you don't need anything fancy. You need bananas cut up, you need peanut butter, and I'm going to lower my screen. I actually have a new Google Chrome device, so this is really great that I don't have a phone. And so I think it's going to be better for making videos. And so I'm going to lower the screen so you can just see that I am really not even going to measure. I rarely measure ingredients in my kitchen or when making something. So I thought, well, why start now? But we can kind of guess. So when I made those 4 pieces last night, I actually ate one, so you only saw 3. And it was so delicious. I used, I don't know, two spoonfuls of the peanut butter. So, you know, about that much. That's like enough. I think it's plenty. So not very much. And you can make as many or as little of these as you want. And then, so we'll put that off to the side. And then I just took out a couple of dates. Well, probably more than a couple, because usually a couple is 2. I think I used 4. So we'll do 4 dates. And we're just gonna roughly chop. The pit's already out. So that's a nice, easy, makes it a lot easier. You just cut them up, you know, it's gonna be all stuck together, but that, oops, I can't see that. So just cut them up into small pieces and put them in your peanut butter. Okay, pretty easy. Stir it up. Stir it up, stir it up. Get all those pieces nice and coated in the peanut butter. Distribute it nicely. Okay, and now I'm gonna pause here for just a minute. Or actually, I'm just gonna turn around and check and see how melted my chocolate actually got. So, you can see it's not very much. It doesn't even look like it's going to be enough. And if you want more, you can certainly use more than 2 little squares. This whole package of this brand, which was actually pretty good. It's from Sweden. It's 3.5 ounces. So I don't remember how many I ate, but I had 4 left. And so 2 of them are in here. And so yeah, the chocolate's almost melted. And so when you're microwaving chocolate, you want to be very careful because you have the potential to burn or overheat your chocolate. Doesn't matter what kind of chocolate you're melting. You want to do it slow. And you want to check it and stir it often. So I actually have a melt setting on my microwave. You might on yours, and you know, a lot of people don't even realize there's instructions for that on the inside of their microwave somewhere, either on the side or on the bottom. Now not all microwaves have the melt feature. But the melt feature on mine goes, for the lowest amount of chocolate, goes for 4 minutes or 2 minutes, and that's way too long. Way too long to melt 2 little squares of chocolate. So I just put in 10 seconds. And hit start and hope that I don't burn it because it's already melted. So when you're doing this, start with 10 seconds, literally 10 to 15 seconds if you have more than these 2 little pieces. Stir it up, put it back. I mean, you got to stand there and you want to make sure, because once your chocolate, if it gets overheated, it will seize and it will be useless and you'll have to throw it away. There is no saving it. There's no saving it. Trust me, I've tried. Oh, that was actually pretty perfect. There might, you could see, there's only like one tiny little piece. And while it sits here, get some off of my spoon because that's pretty dried on there. I'm actually gonna go just for 5 seconds more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Yeah, that's much better. All right, so we're gonna, you can see that it's still nice and glossy. You can see my finger, which I would probably just lick off right now, but I'm gonna wash it. And even if I licked it off when I'm cooking, I will wash my hands in between. You don't want your spit on. You don't want to know that there's spit on your food, other people's that made for you. That's just gross. I've been in the food service industry for a long, long time, and I'm probably OCD on when I'm in the kitchen about cleaning and washing my hands. So, all right, back to what we're creating here. So I've got my chocolate melted and ready to go. I've got my bananas, and make sure that you put a little piece of parchment. They're already starting to defrost. Make sure you put a little piece of parchment paper down on the plate or tray or whatever you're using to put your bananas on, because what I did was I put the bananas directly on the plate and they froze to the plate, and I had to pop them in the microwave for a few seconds, 5 seconds, that was it, to just loosen them enough with a spatula and get them off, and then put them on the parchment. Something I knew I should have done last night, but it was late and I was tired, and I really just wanted to make my frozen peanut butter chocolate banana and go to bed and eat it and go to bed. So that's what I did. So I'm just being honest. So here we go. We got the bananas. We've got our peanut butter. This is the next step. So easy. You're going to divide this up onto these 4 pieces. And so we're just going to take a spoonful. Like I said, they're already starting to defrost. They defrost very quickly. And just kind of put it on there. Just plop it on there. You don't even have to pick it up. You can just use your finger, your clean fingers, put it on top of the banana. Looks like this was actually the perfect amount. So, got a little messy there. Trying to keep it on there. This peanut butter, the one I use, is a little on the more liquidy side. It's not as firm as some brands are. So maybe chilling it first would help that, but you know what, it works, and it's going to be covered up, and so there we go. So there we go. The peanut butter is on all 4 pieces. So you could tell this one got a little bit more chunky. Let's take, because I want to keep things kind of even. These 3 pieces have a little bit more date in them, but it doesn't matter. You're probably going to eat more than one anyway. All right, quick rinse of the hands before we do the next step. And the next step is you're just going to add your nuts. So like I said, I like walnuts. And you're just going to take, break them up. These are halves, so they're kind of big. And just kind of break them. They break real easy. Stick them on top, as much as you want on each one. Very easy. One more. There we go. And then the next step will be, of course, drizzling the chocolate. Let's see, an empty spot there, and what the heck, we'll stick that one there. I don't know, so a small handful, I don't know, maybe that was 6, 7 nuts. And then we have our chocolate. So, nothing fancy, take your spoon, chocolate's nice and melty, drizzle it over, just like that. However you want. Like I said, this is actually going to be just the perfect amount. And since I tried it last night, that's how I knew it was going to be the perfect amount of melted chocolate. Very nice. You can jiggle it back and forth. And, okay. All right. Now, last night when I was not recording, I of course ate the rest of this up, which I will probably do after this video. So I'm just gonna put it to the side. There's really nothing, it's just what's stuck to the side. Cause I don't waste chocolate. Now I like a little salt on top. So I've got some kosher salt. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like that salty, sweet, chewy flavor. Crunchy. It's got everything. It's salty, sweet, crunchy, chewy. It's everything that you want. That's too much. So I don't want it too salty. So I'm gonna put these in the freezer and I will be right back. Ooh. Hey, pause. It won't pause on me. I wonder if it's because it's tilted. Yeah, it won't pause. Well, let's not waste time. I'll just go put this in the freezer. I know why, because I don't have a touch screen. Duh. I gotta click the button. Okay, I'm back. So I put my bananas, my chocolate peanut butter frozen banana treats in the freezer. And you gotta leave them in there for at least an hour, longer if you want them even harder. Last night when I tested it, I couldn't wait longer than an hour, and it actually was like perfect. And so these have been in there, of course, overnight. I had them out for a few minutes, stuck them back in, and I'm gonna just show you how good they are. So. Man, these are fantastic. That bite had a date. That's what I love about the dates being in there. You're getting the crunch from the walnuts. and that cold, creamy, and sweet, salty taste. But the dates, they just add this chewiness. It's like the best chocolate. It's like the best chocolate chip cookie or oatmeal raisin cookie. You know, you want that little bit of crunch, and you want all those flavors, the sweet, the salty, the buttery, you know, all of that, the chocolatey, but you want it chewy in the middle. That's my favorite anyway. I could just stand here and keep eating this, but delicious. Try it. I'm telling you, if you love frozen chocolate covered bananas, but you also like peanut butter and you know, the addition of the nuts, you will really like these. And I do think they're actually good enough for breakfast. I mean, why not? So that's the end of the video, but if you want to stay tuned and listen to just some information that I found out about this whole recipe and the nutritional aspect of it, stay tuned. And the great thing about me recording on my little Google laptop here is that my phone is free, and I started looking up all this information about the chocolate, the bananas, walnuts, and the benefits. And I started taking all these notes, and then I'm like, well, I really don't have to take all these notes. I can kind of skim through all the questions that I asked, and to get the information, you know, about what are the benefits of dark chocolate. Now, I heard several little videos on how dark chocolate, the flavonoids, and it has to be dark cacao chocolate, CACAO, the actual cacao, not cocoa. Although dark, good cocoa can actually benefit you versus a milk chocolate. The benefits for cacao, in order to receive benefits from it in our bodies, it has to be at least 70 to 85% cacao. And of course, minimally processed, which this is. This one is 72. Now, why did I make these? Because they're delicious. I knew they would be delicious because they taste I knew they would taste good. I wasn't so sure about the dates in them, but instead of making this caramel sauce, which would have been way more complicated out of dates, which is the recipe that I saw, I thought, well, why go through all that bother? Just chop the dates and throw them in the peanut butter. You're going to get that same little caramely flavor, because actually that's kind of the flavor that dates have, is like a sweet caramel flavor. And so I made them because I knew I would enjoy them. It's a simple treat, and I can feel pretty good about it because it's basically pretty healthy and something you could make really any time of the year. Bananas aren't a seasonal fruit. We can find them year-round, unlike other things that are in season like strawberries and blueberries, which we can also buy year-round, but you know, in the season, if you buy them locally especially, you're going to get the peak flavor. And so I didn't want to make this video too long, but just a few minutes here to learn about the benefits of the ingredients in this recipe we just made. So, cacao chocolate, dark chocolate, has flavanols, which trigger nitric oxide production. It dilates your blood vessels, increasing oxygen and glucose delivery directly to your brain. So it's actually boosts your brain blood flow. It also improves your cognitive performance, and it has neuroprotection benefits. Now, there's more. Prevents LDL oxidation, that's your bad cholesterol, and it raises your good cholesterol. It improves your insulin sensitivity and UV skin protection. It uplifts your mood, because it contains serotonin, which is the stabilizing happy chemical in your brain, and causes the release of endorphins that promote feelings of calm and reward. It's packed with minerals and it's at a 60-gram bar of high quality dark chocolate, 70 to 85% supply, a significant percentage of your daily requirement for copper, iron, magnesium, and manganese. So I asked in ounces what 60 grams was, and it's like 1.76 ounces, not pounds, ounces. So for this 3.5 ounce, you'd have to eat like, I don't know, about maybe half. And of course, really, who's going to do that every day? But these are just some facts that might interest you, or, excuse me, might not. I think I might need a drink of water. There are actually cacao supplements that you can take. Now, how much, I don't know. It's just like you can actually feel good about eating dark chocolate. If you like chocolate, you don't have to feel so guilty. It actually does have really good benefits from you. You might not eat a half a bar a day, or drink 2 cups of dark chocolate cocoa a day to get what they say are the full benefits. But it's still a feel-good ingredient, sweet treat that you can give yourself. And so I asked, what benefits do dried dates have? And they have, of course, benefits for digestion because they contain soluble and insoluble fiber, keeping things regular and moving, and your gut happy. They're good for your heart health and an immediate energy delivery. So that's a great thing. It's a glycogen replenishment. Dried dates in particular are composed of roughly 63 to 67% natural simple carbs, mainly fructose and glucose. And so they make an easy, digestible choice for an energy boost after an intense workout. They have 0 added sugars. They are an excellent potassium source. And for your bone and blood building, they have meaningful amounts of magnesium, calcium, and iron, along with polyphenols and flavonoids, carotenoids, which are great for eye tissue. So, here was an interesting fact that people might not know. It eases natural labor. So, if you're pregnant or planning on having a baby, hey, this might help you. I don't know. I didn't know about it when I had my children, so I can't verify it that it worked for me. It's something you could certainly try if your doctor says, hey, go ahead. But I guess the human trials indicate that regularly consuming dates during the final weeks of pregnancy can help stimulate cervical dilation, potentially now, you got to keep that in mind, shortening the active phase of labor and lowering the statistical, unnecessary, if I might add, the majority of the time, need for medical labor induction. Now, maybe you have more expertise on that than I do, but I thought that was pretty interesting and something I didn't know. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids and possess a higher antioxidant capacity than almost any other common nut. It reduces vessel inflammation and lowers systemic inflammation. It has cognitive support. It's called the brain food structure. sharpens memory and learning, lowers bad cholesterol, improves blood pressure, suppresses brain hunger centers, feeds beneficial gut microbes, packed with antioxidants and micronutrients like copper, manganese, magnesium, and B6. So that's just a few about that. Bananas, very popular, easily digestible, great for energy, crucial minerals, excellent digestive support, regulates blood pressure, optimizes muscle function, and it's a prebiotic fuel for your gut. Actually, the more slightly green ones are loaded with resistant starch. So this type of carbohydrate resists digestion in the small intestine and travels to your colon, where it feeds beneficial gut bacteria to produce gut healing short chain fatty acids. So if you want more of that prebiotic benefit for that, you got to eat them a little bit more green or more greener. I don't happen to really like them that way. I mean, I will eat a slightly green banana, but more yellow. But with slight green, I prefer them all yellow. Of course, they're sweeter when they're more yellow. But, you know, after reading that, I thought, well, I guess it is pretty good for you. It's a vitamin B6 powerhouse. I did not know that. I've been eating a banana a day in a smoothie for a long time now. So peanut butter, let's get to peanut butter real quick. We're almost done. A nutrient-dense spread packed with plant-based protein. It's got great protein, healthy monounsaturated fats, and essential micronutrients. It's great for muscle support, long-lasting fullness, high in oleic acid. It says the majority of the fat in peanut butter is monounsaturated fat, specifically oleic. I think that's how you say it. This is the same exact heart-healthy fat found abundantly in olive oil. Everybody knows how good olive oil is good, how good olive oil is for you. So and replacing saturated fats with monounsaturated fats, like the ones found in peanut butter, actually helps lower your LDL, bad cholesterol, while maintaining healthy HDL, good cholesterol. Low glycemic index. So this is for sugar control. Now, unless you get the kind of peanut butter that's loaded with sugar, that's not going to be good. It's got a good magnesium boost for you, vitamin E, vitamin B3, which is your niacin. And that was it. I think I covered all our ingredients. You know, obviously not the salt, but that's mainly for taste, and a little salt, you know, can really actually benefit you than trying to do no salt at all, because we need electrolytes, and good salt is important, like a natural. I use Redmond's real salt most of the time, but I also still use the iodized, old-fashioned, that's been around forever salt, because it's got iodine, and our bodies need it. I found out I needed it when I'd not used it for well over a year. So, you know, a little. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It was longer than I wanted to make it, but I wanted to share those that great information in case you care. Some people care, some people don't, and that's fine. Most of the time, I don't care. I got a general idea of what I'm eating and that it's good for me. I usually cook all our own food. Occasionally we go out. Occasionally you get that yearly craving for something that you definitely know is not that great for you, but it still tastes really good. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it because I know I don't do it all the time. And so, anyway, I hope you make these. I'm going to finish the one I started, and I hope you have a fabulous day. And I hope to see you next time, whenever that is, which I'm not sure at this point. But this has been fun. Thank you for spending this time with me.